So I have it set to where it starts recording whenever I start it. So we're going to start like a couple minutes after every time, and also just be aware that it starts recording from the moment that we log in. So don't pick your nose or anything. Also, it mutes everybody too, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Well, at the beginning, I said that the call starts recording as soon as I log in. So I want to get started a couple minutes after each call. So working on myself being more on time anyways. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. Okay, so a couple of announcements really quick that I wanted to tell you guys before I forget. One, the biggest announcement of them all, which I posted already, and I wanted to explain it a little bit more, was that officially, so Mary Day is our corporate, I guess, sponsor or mentor of the Central region. So she called me today, like on a Zoom, face to face, and was like, listen, you guys are officially locked in as a premier team, which is huge, huge, huge. To explain that a little bit more, there are two ways to kind of advance in this business. There's personal rank advancement, which you guys know, Emerald, Diamond, and above. That's personal. And then there are leadership advancements, and they call it like a leadership ladder. And it starts at the bottom with team builder, team leader, premier, and elite is the very top. It's like the top, elite is like the top 0.001% of the company. So premier is huge. It shows the growth of the team as a whole, as your guys' leadership expands. So definitely something to be really, really proud of. So I'm really proud of you guys. I appreciate you. And 2019 was awesome. 2020, we are going to be an elite team. I know it. So, okay. Another announcement is just a reminder that I am running a sneak peek right now. So behind the scenes, if you guys have ladies that are interested in coaching a little bit more, you're welcome to add them to that. It started today with just like introductions, pretty much. So you're welcome to add or run your own, whatever you want to do. And then another fun announcement, this is the last thing, is Super Saturday or Super Weekend is this weekend. They're basically like mini summits. So if you can go to one in person near wherever you live, that would be awesome. I know there's a whole crew of people going to Kansas City, but for some reason, there's like never any in Oklahoma. So Lauren and I are doing a virtual Super Saturday on Saturday morning. If you guys want to hop on a Zoom call, it'll be probably like 30 minutes. It's at 7:30 Central, so 7:30 our time. Pretty much everybody on here, I think, is Central. Yeah, 7:30 a.m. Saturday morning. They'll play a like video from Beachbody. They'll have like, they're gonna announce where Success Club trip is 2021, which you already know is Riviera Maya. But they'll have like a couple of announcements of things that are coming up. I'm sure they're gonna talk about the new program, 10 rounds with Joel, the kickboxing boxing one. So it's just a corporate video, and then we're all going to do a workout together virtually right afterwards. So I would love to have you guys on, as many people as you want to. Just come get together. I don't think there's going to be like, I don't think we're going to be talking to each other or anything like that, that I know of. Maybe Lauren and I might say a couple words, but other than that, it's just kind of like come listen and then get your workout in with the whole crew. So that's at 7:30, and then probably working out by no later than 8:30, I would say, or 8 or 8:30. Okay, so tonight's call. So with this being the first call of 2020, I wanted to, as far as Confidence Crew goes, I wanted to get back to the basics. Most of you guys know what to do, but I kind of just wanted a refresher of what are the income producing activities. So obviously I want to go through the vitals really quick. You guys have to be doing a workout and being proof of the product. Not only do you have to be doing a workout, but trying your best to stick to a good nutrition plan, if not doing the plan that comes with said workout. So for example, I know Catherine is about to do 80-day obsession. I got the most insane results with 80-day obsession when I stuck to the plan. It's hard, the eating plan is, the timed nutrition, but it was where the results came. So if you can stick to the nutrition plan that actually comes with the program itself, that would be best. So proof of the product, that's the easiest one. Personal development, what are you guys listening to right now? I would love, one, you can comment in the chat if you want, but I would love for everyone to actually be listening to a book of some sort or reading, obviously, a book, instead of just like bouncing around from podcast to podcast. Podcasts are amazing and they're great and they're, you know, everything. They're awesome, but I feel like I always get the most material for posts, material for things I talk about on my stories, from actually listening to a book. And I don't just take like quotes from the book and make it a post, but whatever that the personal development is talking about usually sparks some sort of like, oh wow, that brings up a childhood memory, or that brings up a memory of a couple years ago, and then that creates a post. So rather than just being like, oh, this author said this, you know, it brings up something from your life, specific to your life. So listening to personal development or reading personal development. And then pretty much the last one, which, yeah, you guys know, connecting, inviting, following up. I want to talk about connecting really quick. Make sure you guys are still just adding friends. I am still doing the 5-3-1 method. So add 5, like 3 of their posts, comment on 1. What I've actually been doing is the 1 comment is on their stories. So I go to a common page of people that are in my life phase, which is a page called Taking Care of Babies. It's a sleep training page for babies. I go to her recent likes. She has like some close to 1 million followers, I think. So I go to her recent likes on her recent posts, scroll through the people and only look for the people with the ring around their name, meaning they've posted stories lately, Instagram stories. Follow them. Usually I look through their page for just like 1 split second, make sure they don't sell something else already. And so follow them. I like usually the first 3 pictures, or if there's one that catches my eye, I'll like that one. And then go to their story, watch whatever they posted. And usually I do like an emotion based on that, or like an emoji or something, some reaction to something they posted in their story. So it's getting me in their inbox without the invite. So that's how I've been doing connections lately. And it's helped that you can do that on Facebook now too. It's a little bit different on Facebook, obviously, because it'll just be like the people, it'll be the stories at the top of the page on Facebook. And I just like react to that in some sort of way. So I do it pretty similarly though. So I make sure I'm doing those connections. I definitely lost track of the connections over the Christmas break. So I've been trying to do that for at least an hour a day, and making that like my power hour, and making my invites like go much quicker. So that being said, I will say I've noticed more people reach out to me when I'm actually talking on my stories. I posted that in a live video a couple days ago, I don't know, last week or something. But I've noticed on our team and myself, when I got around family or something, I like stopped talking on my Instagram stories, and I didn't get as much reaction to things. So when people see your face, you're talking versus just like a slide or a picture with text on it, they're more likely to connect with you as a person. So definitely try to get on there and maybe do like 5 or so slides of talking a day at minimum. Try not to go on for like 20 slides of yourself talking, because people are just going to tap through those. But try to do at least like 5 maybe a day, or like 2 here, 2 there, whatever you want to do. Okay, so another way that I also make connections is going to places. So I go to places on Instagram, or I go to places and just look at, like, sometimes I'll just do like Tulsa. Sometimes I'll do like a bar in Tulsa. Sometimes I'll do, I don't know, places where my people would be. And then what was the last one? Oh, the last one that I make connections. So if I find a really good, my internet keeps going out. If I find a really good page, like a girl that I think is like super cute, has a lot of Instagram friends, and has posts with a lot of girls in them, that's another way that I'll make connections. So I'll do the 531 thing with her, and then I'll scroll down to some of her posts that have her with her girlfriends, and I'll go, and all you have to do is tap on the picture. 9 times out of 10 she's tagged them, and I'll go and do the 531 really quickly with all of them. So that's been working. Okay, so I wanted to kind of take you through a conversation example that I've had, because I know that that can be kind of difficult with people when you're just trying, you're trying to help them, but they all obviously your number one objection is going to be price. So I will take you through a recent conversation I had. So my invite at the very beginning, keep in mind I invited her originally in September and followed up with her. Oh my gosh, sorry. Just exited out. Okay, so this is my original invite back in September. Hey chick, noticed you've been peeping my stories because I like to share things I love with my friends. Wanted to see if it's ever crossed your mind to be part of our girl gang as a coach, or maybe just more info on my next boot camp, which starts September 16th. To work on your own health first, maybe. Would love to send more deets on either or. And she said, I'm definitely interested in your next boot camp. Send me info. I said, definitely just got a couple questions first. So that's like one thing I really wanted to hit on, is that you want to get to know them before you jump into anything Beachbody related. Which, I mean, it's like you can't recommend something to someone without getting to know them first. So I said, okay, definitely, but I just have a couple of questions first. One, are there some specific health goals that you've been working on? She replied, I said, okay, love that you've been working on those. Love that you're a boy mom too, because she said something about that. So get personal, respond like you were listening, like don't just be like, okay, cool, next question. Like just respond to what she said. Like if she said, I've been working on like my belly weight or something, just make sure you respond to something like, oh yeah, like if you were working on that too as a postpartum or something, or yeah, I struggled with such and such, blah, blah, blah. So just make sure you're like reiterating her goals or her struggles or whatever. Okay. And then I always say, okay, my second question is, would you say you struggle more with nutrition or consistency of workouts? I always ask them that, because I would say 9 times out of 10, they're going to say nutrition, but I do have some people that do not, stay consistent with workouts. So I wait for their response, and then that's where I come in with like, okay, awesome. My boot camps are there to help you with meal plans. Like if they say nutrition is my biggest struggle, talk about the groups and how they can help with that. If they say workouts, I talk about how I've been able to stay consistent for over 3 years with the workouts from home, like talk about the perks, those types of things. And this is where I get into cost. I kind of just don't beat around the bush. One thing is I never mention the name BOD. I never mention names that they would have no idea what that is. I never mentioned the name Beachbody. I would say probably in 3 years, probably 2 people have been like, oh, is this Beachbody? Like, I hardly ever get that. Maybe 5 people out of all the conversations I've had in 3 years, almost 4, that I think people are like, oh, is this Beachbody? And then a couple will be like, oh, I'm already part of it. So some people just really don't know what it is until they ask. So anyway, she asked about cost, and then that's when I take her through the bullet points of everything she gets with the boot camp. And if you're not familiar with the bullet points, then I will send those to you. So just message me after this, or I can post it on the call recording. Okay, so I go through the bullet points. So it shows them, it's kind of a long message, but it shows them like exactly how much, like what they're investing their money in is going to be a lot of stuff. I tell them normally it's $180, because almost always whatever they're getting is on sale at some point. So I tell them the cost, whatever it is that month. Usually I either get no response, either get, wow, that's it, or I get, okay, let me think about it. So if I don't get any response, I usually wait like a day, and then I respond and say, follow up with them morning, any questions I can answer. Always go back to their goals. I'm ready to help you with those family meals and getting a solid routine set in stone. Always go back to their goals. Always ask a question. Always end with a question, no matter what you're talking about. So I said, any questions I can answer. She had a couple more questions, and then she was ready to go. So that obviously is a common conversation that I have. It doesn't always end in a sale. It doesn't always end like that. I would say there's a lot of times where they say I have to ask my husband, or I have to wait till payday, and then they just never respond to me anymore. So don't think that doesn't happen to me too. I get that all the time. just keep following up with those people, keep hitting on their goals when you follow up. Like, I would love to help you, like a bug or something flying around. I would love to help you with such and such goals. I know the community can help you with this, or I know the workouts from home can help you stay consistent. Always plug their goals with what the solution that you're providing for them, so that they can see the value in investing their money in you as their coach, in your groups, in what you have to offer. Okay, so yeah, make sure you dig deep. Just going over my notes here. Like I said, I rarely ever mention the words Beachbody, the word bod. I call it either just home workout, online workouts, or Sweatflix. I also hardly ever mention the supplement names. So if, like, one of the only times I do is if I already have current challengers, like they've already signed up with me and they're like, hey, what's your mama motivation? I want to get some. Like, then I'll be like, okay, it's called Energize. What flavor do you want, basically? That's if they've already signed up with me. So when I'm talking to people about challenge packs, I even say, like, you have your choice between superfood smoothies or my plant-based pre and post workouts. I like to call it my mama motivation. Make it personal, something to you. And then another good thing is to save your frequently used scripts in your notes of your phone, so that your conversations aren't taking a ton of your time with typing the same thing over and over and over again. Save it in your notes and then just go and copy and paste. Obviously, you want to edit to them a little bit to make it a little bit more personal. But if it's the same type of thing, like the bullet points of what they get, you're going to use that a lot. So make sure you're using that. And then I would say just have a goal, you guys. Have an invite goal that you guys want to hit on each day, and try to stick to that. Don't say, oh, well, I didn't get them in today, so I'll do double tomorrow. Probably not going to happen. Just stick to those goals. If it, for some reason that day it doesn't happen, do it the next day, first thing in the morning. Make that be the first thing that you do. My typical schedule is waking up, and before I get out of bed, I try to do at least, like, instead of just scrolling to wake up, I connect to wake up. So before I get out of bed, I scroll, make some connections, and then I get out of bed, do my workout, and then I typically invite. My goal is to invite before lunch is my goal. So if I have like a break at work, I'll send a couple invites and get like 20 is my goal usually per day in before work. So anywho, anybody have any questions? I know those are just the basic stuff, but I wanted to kind of reiterate conversations and slowing it way down. Not people are going to feel that you're rushed, and it seems, I don't know. So just slow it down, get to know them, get to know their struggles, get to know their needs and wants. I even sometimes ask, like, I go so far as to ask, like, what kind of workouts do you enjoy doing? I know there's 700 to choose from, but I like to be able to place them in a type of, in a workout before they check out. And so a lot of times I'll ask, okay, what do you enjoy doing for workouts? And if, whatever they say, that's usually what I recommend. And I feel like that recommendation goes a long way for people, because they're like, oh, wow, she's actually like recommending / listening to me and realizing what I have the potential to do. So anyway, I will also note that when I'm doing my 5-3-1 connections, a lot of the time it has actually all think all of the time, it has nothing to do with health, fitness, or business stuff. It's like usually like mom stuff, like, oh my gosh, can't believe your baby's crawling. Miles doesn't give a shit. So usually it's something like that, or I don't know, something like, I like your outfit. We have the same dogs. I don't know. So, you know, just something simple, quick, get it connected and go. So anyway, anybody have any questions? All right, well, this will be recorded, so I will, once it loads, I will post the recording to the team page. Also post the Zoom link for the Super Saturday, virtual Super Saturday on Saturday morning, again, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. I'll post that in the team page probably as soon as Lauren sends it to me, so tonight or tomorrow. And then, only other thing that we have coming up is Monday, we have a new coach call. So if you have any new coaches that have started within the past month or two, I don't think we really did one in December. So maybe like end of November to January to Monday. If you have anyone new coach starting, they can hop on this call. It's the one we do once a month, so it'll be really good information. So if you have any coaches that want to hop on, definitely invite them. I'll create a new link for that one too, so I'll post that one before the call. But anyways, that call's at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So Saturday, 7:30 a.m., Monday, 7:30 p.m. So anyways, all right. Have a good night, you guys. Thanks for being on. Appreciate you. Bye.